everybody, it's Tree from Tree Essentials, and today I kind of wanted to chime in and talk about some things that people do not normally talk about with hair growth, and that is watching who is touching in your hair. So I just want to dive straight in and get you to the point of knowing. Again, I am a health educator and as well an advanced natural hair consultant, as well advanced natural hairstylist. So what I am saying, I have proven time and time again, and I noticed some things with hair growth, and that is watching who is in your hair, who is touching your hair. Are you having a trustworthy confidant in your hair? Is this someone who is loving? Is this someone who is kind, who has patience? Or are you having somebody who likes to gossip, who brings chaos, who's drama, who is a negative person, to be honest, and possibly even having a negative spirit that causes a lot of drama and chaos into other people's lives? It's really, really important to not have individuals like that in your hair growth journey, and just period. First and foremost, our hair is a life reflection. We are DNA to RNA into protein. I tell you that time again, and that is your genes. That is what you're made out of, and they are a helix, meaning DNA is a helix. And when you look at that helix, it has a spinning turn, and a lot of people are starting to notice that it has like a Christ consciousness to it. And so when I'm saying that, it means going up to like creator. Like even when we breathe, listen to the way we breathe. It says Yahweh, Yahweh, all the time, saying God's name every time we breathe. And with that being said, our hair is a connector and a sensor in our environment. It brings up a lot of energy, a lot of situations that happen in life. We can have patience, love, kindness. Then we can as well have a lot of other things happening that really do not sit forth to us, like drama, stressors, environments, death sometimes, negative situations, drama in workplaces, even in home life. And you can start seeing it in your hair growth. But when I'm saying talking and touching into your hair, I am speaking about basically sometimes our stylist. Your stylist needs to be somebody who is kind, loving, and peace, patience, and not bringing drama into your hair. When I'm saying bringing drama, I literally mean that. When they're doing your hair, are you gossiping? Are you gossiping a lot while you're getting your hair done? If you notice that and you are always going through gossip, and then you will start noticing that over time throughout the rest of the week while you have the hairstyle in and such, a lot of other drama starts happening. And that's because our hair is literally sensing our environment. So when you're working in it, it actually is like you're setting it up for good and or bad, depending on what you are working on. That's why I always tell you, if you are not happy, you're having a lot going on, wait to do your hair, because it's an energy that is being brought in your hair growth time and situations. So when I'm telling you all these things, I'm literally saying seek nothing but whatever is true, whatever is lovely, whatever is noble, whatever is honorable. Think upon those things. And that says that in the Bible. Even in your hair growth, God knows all the hairs numbered on your head, and our hair is literally a determinator of the life reflections we are going through. I actually have a unfortunate situation that occurred when I was in hair school, where earlier that morning we were in class and we were doing a training video on what sex trafficking is about. And I was doing my braids during that class time, and I was like, I don't think I should be braiding my hair right now while we're listening to something like this. And I still finished because I was like, it's not that serious. When I tell you that later that night, that same night, I actually got followed in my car by unmarked vehicles for hours on end. I am not making this up. And with that being said, I wasn't speaking about the sex trafficking. I was listening to a training video in class to show you what to notice in situations like that. And with that being said, I was at the top of my head, which is called your apex. And that is the crown, your livelihood. Everything centers, your hair grows and spirals, especially when you're African diaspora and it grows in a circle pattern. I was at the top, so all that energy we were speaking about in class manifested into that day. So I love when I do my hair. I have healing sounds on. I listen to positive music. I listen to loving sounds that happen throughout. Watch a funny movie even sometimes. Get into a peaceful setting. That is really key to the hair growth game. Now, if you are having a cosmetologist who is doing your hair, sometimes if you notice after this video the conversations are kind of going a little negative, you can kind of ask them, can we talk about something else? I mean, if that girl is getting your hair done, I did not say she didn't know how to do your hair, but you do need to control what is being put into your scalp. Is put into your mindset. What is put into your scalp, what is put into your crown, what are you subliminally listening to and pouring back into your body? That is really key. That day that stuff happened, I actually wasn't expecting something like that to happen. I lived on that street for a couple months, and so I just luckily noticed things all the time. So I was like, a car is following me. And yeah, so with that being said, I'm not in hair school anymore. I've already licensed, graduated, but truly watching who's in your hair, and I advocate on your hair maintenance on a normal day. Start taking initiative of your own hair. You are the biggest authority in your hair growth because you are the one who watches what you put into your mouth, what you listen to on a daily basis, what you're around, what you're sensing in your environment. And so all these things are really key to the growth journey and game. And you are going to be the biggest advocate because you're the one that's with you. And if you're a caretaker in your family, you're the one who helps bring the environment to its biggest beautiful source. So with that being said, fill it with light, fill it with love, and start being positive. Make it a self-care thing. Love yourself. And when I'm saying cosmetologists, even like if you pay attention, if they have their pages open on Instagram and things, you can kind of see where the energy is at prior to going on your first visit and things of that nature. And as well, of course, anoint your head with oil prior to any situation, just to keep covered in the blood of Jesus. Hair is a really big thing for me, and it can be for you too, because it is a life reflection, and it is a health indicator. It shows the vitality of your overall life. So fill yourself up with beautiful things. All the things that you need on this earth has been on the earth for time, meaning those herbs, those butters, those oils. These are the natural things, the fruits of the earth that brings beautiful fruits for growth. And so over time, you can start not only incorporating listening to the sounds, but you can as well make sure you're incorporating into positive oils and growth. And when I'm saying your cosmetologist, I'm talking about you and what you're thinking upon while you're doing your hair, even on your routine maintenance day. Like truly, if you're not in a good mood, I highly do not recommend you touch your hair at that moment. Do something else. Go get your mind, go write in a journal first and foremost, then you can go to your scalp, or maybe go take a walk outside in nature, get some fresh air. Those type of things will help in the process. You do not want to yank out hair because you're mad or angry. You have more tension in your hands. And do not forget that thought is sensed into your hands, and you are your body. So your body knows and signals, just like your hair is a part of your head too. I know a lot of times people say your hair is dead after it comes out of your scalp. It just means it's not growing anymore, but it wasn't dead when it came out. Your hair is a blood life force. So when I'm talking about that, I am letting you know that your hormones and everything fills into your bloodstream. So bringing in a positive feedback is truly going to enhance the hair growth journey tremendously, because when you let go of all the toxins and negative pieces, then it's really hard to not have nothing but positive flowing into your hair growth journey. Your hair, again, is nourished by the blood in your body. So keeping that blood pressure lower, meaning balance, not hypotension, just a balanced blood pressure overall for your body. And just making sure that you fill yourself up where you're not being in such a triggering state. You hear me saying the stressors in your body, but know that everything is energy. Energy transfers. Nothing is created or destroyed. It's only transferred or transformed. So when you're having people not playing your hair but doing your hair, whatever their energy is like, you're transferring that. They're transferring their energy into your hair as well. And so it really is that serious, and it is that deep. And I can put a more lighter situation with the hair growth. It kind of wasn't light, but I was getting my ends trimmed at one point in life by this lady. She was really amazing, but then she brought her worry into my hair. Her dad, unfortunately, was having cancer diagnosis, and I asked her how she was doing. That was my fault. I asked because I do care how people are doing, and she was worrying in my hair, and unfortunately she cut it up so high that I lost a lot of inches, and that was a transfer of her worry, anxiety being put into my hair growth journey. And so then on out, I never allowed anybody else to trim my ends. And again, I am licensed, but that was prior to me getting licensed. I said, oh, this will never happen again. That is, again, me taking advocacy on my hair growth journey. So with that being said, I want you to know that you are the biggest advocate for your hair growth journey, and watching who you put in your hair is really going to bring a transformation. If you are looking to be in a more positive environment and light, start writing down words that are inspiring that you want to fill yourself up with. Listen to the word of God. I said listen. Yes, you can read it as well. That is a way to saturate it into your spirit, but listening to it, it kind of brings, you can close your eyes and kind of start envisioning what's happening that you're hearing in the Bible. And I recommend the New Living Translation, just for it to have a more understanding of present time versus like thee, thou, those, like in the King James versions. And start filling yourself up with positive words of God, because God is the biggest source for the transformation in your hair growth journey, period. And when you are allowing yourself the ability to get the word within your body, you are renewing, and you are basically not being conformed by this world, but you are transforming by the renewing of your mind. And yes, you do not have to go to the shop and be like, we gotta listen to the Bible. But what I'm trying to say is, you can have conversations, but when you're starting to see conversations are becoming more negative, talking about people and the drama and all that, you're regurgitating that into your head, and you are basically instilling it into your style until further notice of when it's being taken down. And you keep doing that over and over, and you will really start seeing your hair growth suffering from situations like that. God does not like people gossiping, slandering others. I don't care what they're doing. And you're not to be judged. Judge not unless you want to be judged as well. And when you are talking, think about this. If you're talking to this person about whatever's going on, what do you think they do when you leave and they talk to other people? If you're able to talk about other people, how do you think they're not going to talk about what you got going on too? So, I mean, it's a real thing that you should think about as you go on your hair growth journey, because the last thing I wanted to say is energy is not created or destroyed, it's only transferred or transformed. So once you stop that conversation and then it's just done and obsolete, that conversation now has to go somewhere else. So it's going to go into your hair, it's going to go into your body, and that causes a whole ripple effect of other situations outside, because your hair is a sensor of environment. So if your environment you are pouring into ways that way, you're actually pouring into damage, into brittleness, into thinning, into... I'm not playing, okay? And you can probably start noticing as you walk around that certain individuals or people or things of that nature, and I don't know a person, I'm not giving examples, I don't really talk to anybody like that right now, but just in general, you start seeing how people's hair is at one point in life or how it is currently, and think about all the things they're going through, but as well the conversations that they entertain. That is going to show the vibrancy and vitality of your hair. It as well says in the Bible that be like a tree planted by the streams of water, and whatever they do shall prosper. And do not forget, I always tell you, your hair is like a tree, you are like a plant. So when you are prospering and filling yourself up with beautiful things, that is nourishment and watering, moisturization into the hair in a in an emotional, spiritual manner. And your physical is done because you're doing the maintenance and of things of that nature as well. But the spiritual is a key part, and emotional, and that social pieces, and then of course filling into other places as well. So with that all being said, just pour into yourself, love yourself, be kind, and don't forget that God said that your hair should not be vain and dormant and jewelry and all that things. I'm not saying anyone's better than anybody. I do want to point that out there, and that I know there are some highly talented cosmetologists, and I do not know what conversations are being said at the shops. That is none of my business. I am not going there. What I am saying is, though, you should monitor what is being spoken about and things that you are pouring into your scalp, because you are worthy of the most optimal growth that you are deserving, and that is not succeeding into the highest growth. And it's just a whole thing right there. And this was even controversial when I was in hair school. Things like I wasn't liked as much per se in class because of my views on things of this nature, but it's the truth. And I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not going to lie to you about this. I am a health educator as well, a advanced natural hair consultant, and I study and I research things prior to bringing the information out to you. And the last thing I wanted you to note while I'm talking about these conversations is the fact that there's a doctor named Dr. Marsutu. He studied water, and he would have people speak to water, one as negative words, the other with positive words, and they would look at those after time under a microscope, and they would notice that the water that was spoken to negatively was all fragmented and it looked like cancer cells, but the one that was in the positive area, it looked like snowflakes and different crystals. And with that being said, our bodies are 85% water. So again, if you're speaking to things of that nature, only imagine what it does to your body if it does it just to things. And I said water, it had rice in the water as well, because rice is it was living and growing. So check that out. I love to help people on their hair wellness journey. I love empowering others to be into their very better best self. You could click the link in the bio to book with me, but I as well would love if you would join this free community. It's the Growing Hands Circle, and that is an area where you can get different resources to inspire and uplift you on your hair growth journey. You are also worthy of all these beautiful things to get you started at least. And with that being said, we are restoring our trees to grow, essentially, because our hair is a tree. We are like a plant, and we have the ability to inspire. We have the ability to plant seeds, inspire others, and inspire change. And with that being said, you have a great day and or night whenever you are watching this. And I truly look forward to seeing and working with you all soon. You have a great one.